the kindness games. Overtime!
Whoop, whoop.
Carin in the house.
Hey, Tim.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. You know, life is life. Stuff goes on, but life goes the way the direction your mouth goes. That's a sign at Eva Grimmert's office.
There you go.
Or your day will go the direction of through your mouth.
I have a permanent smile. I literally will get on Zoom calls for work. Somebody I haven't talked to in a year or two, and I'll jump on and they'll be like, you are quite possibly the most joyful person in security ever. And I'm like, yes, I am. You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You know, I often say life is too long to take it serious.
Yeah.
And if you're not having fun every day, like, you should probably change what you're doing.
You know, as you and I were talking earlier, I mentioned that I had a son that passed away. And one of the books that the nurses brought in for our girls who were 6 and 8 at the time, they brought a book, and Freddie the Fallen Leaf, I think is what it's called. But the author had left something in his typewriter. And the last thing he had written in his typewriter before he died was, every moment spent in unhappiness is a moment of happiness lost.
Oh.
So there you go. It's on my Facebook page. Mm-hmm.
I've had an entire life of people telling me to be serious, but it took me like 31 years to realize that I'm just not that guy.
You can be happy and serious.
Huh?
You can be happy and serious.
I'm seriously happy. That's for darn sure. But here's the thing. I used to think that life was not really a serious affair. As long as you're not in the military and formation, that's pretty serious, because you get damaged for not.
You do.
Right. So it's like terrible. I mean, I don't like exercise that much. 2, weddings, especially if it's not your wedding, you kind of have to like let them have their day, can't outshine them. And 3, funerals. But you know what? I've challenged that 3rd one.
Yeah, me too, actually.
People have started asking me to speak at their funerals, and I'm like, what? Well, I mean, not the people that died, like the people around them. Tim, would you say some words? I'm like, I don't think you want me to say words, because I'm not going to be the sad, mopey guy. And they're like, that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
And so I have been doing like a little bit of a comedic eulogy at several funerals in the last few years, and people love it. So yeah. Funerals are off the list. Don't outshine the bride. Keep a straight face in military formation. Those are the only 2 things. I might find a way to outshine the bride and not make her mad too. We'll see how it goes. Good
luck with that one.
It was so fun to meet you just now. So Carin and I have never met in real life. We have a mutual friend, Eva Grimmert, who is also the Kindness Games alumni, who I have also known for 1.5 years and never met in real life. It's kind of an epidemic around here. Oh, she froze. Are you there? Oh, she's back 2 days later. What happened?
We got it figured out. You know, Tim, when the power goes out, the power goes out. You just sit there. Uh-oh. I'm in the middle of a recording. I'm not there anymore. Sorry.
Well, that was fun. Actually, we're going to stitch these videos together. So this is, I think we recorded on a Tuesday and now Friday.
Yeah.
So actually, I think I'm still wearing the same clothes. That's weird.
You are. And I thought, well, I've changed the quilts and I've changed my shirts. So, you know, at least we'll know there's a difference there.
Oh, this is fun. Carin, who do you want to shout out today?
Well, my shout out today is for, the name might sound a little familiar. It's Derek Grimmert, Eva's youngest son. And Derek works in the office with Eva. They're co-partners in the company that Eva has. And so my shout out for him, because I've been able to work with him for a couple of years, is I'll just talk to him. All right. So Derek, this shout out is for you, my friend. Number 29. It's 30, shout out 30 Eve. There we go. So Derek, you have been an amazing person to watch. You are just not someone I would look at and say, this person has all these qualities. You kind of hide those, but you're kind of like the secret sauce in whatever's going on. Derek, you're excellent at finding things and finding solutions and lost things that get misplaced. And hey, have you thought about that? The way you think blows my mind sometimes, thinking, oh, I didn't even think of that. And your courage and your bravery and your willingness to be humble and work on what you need to change in life and to take it in stride. And I especially appreciate your willingness to show up as the protector. You have several times been able to say, hey, do you need me to show up and be the muscle in this situation as a protecting role? And I really appreciate that. I love your humor. I love our little inter-office jokes that we have. And one of my favorite things about Derek, about you, Derek, is that you learned early on that when one of my favorite songs is the Over the Rainbow song by Israel. And I'm gonna
Great song. His name's like this long.
But yeah. Israel K, whatever. I'm not even gonna try to disrespect how to pronounce his name. But when that song was popular, that was the time when our infant son was in the hospital and during his 16-week lifespan. And so I have always claimed that as Adam's song because our son's name was Adam. And so that always brought me some peace, and it was a little bit lighter, but a little melancholy, and it kind of addressed all the emotions for me. And Derek, since you knew about that, as soon as I started coming into the office, you would put that on first thing in the morning. So kind of our office theme song was the Over the Rainbow song. And I appreciate that tender welcome to the day. And it's just a way to say, I see you, I respect you, and I validate who you are as a person. Let's sing some songs. And it was great. So Derek, shout out number 29 is for you, my friend. Thank you for being who you are. And I think you're awesome, man.
How cool is that? I love that song.
It's a great song.
Shout out. All right. Well, today I am reaching out to one of our The Kindness Game alumni, Christopher Stitt. His tagline is, I believe it's, welcome to the Kindness Games, although his voice is way better than mine could ever be. You know, there's a couple alumni that have really great voices. I don't. My voice is pretty annoying. But Chris, you're awesome. You're awesome because you really do exhibit courage. Because you work in government and yet you step out in kindness and recognize other people. And that is not a popular thing in government. I know, I used to work in government, and there are politics always in play. There are people always trying to move up. And there is this flaw in government service that you have to be on guard, that you have to be, have your moat, have your guard up and be ready because somebody's trying to take your place. And that is unfortunate that it's like that, because it keeps a lot of good people out, but it also hardens a lot of people in the way that they think about how they serve their country or their state or their local municipality. And so, Chris, I love that you've stepped out, that you've led with kindness, that you've let your guard down, that you've shown that you can be quite successful. You can be a leader in the sphere and yet be compassionate, empathetic, and kind towards others. And I want to thank you for doing that. That's not easy. That's very difficult. And I'm looking forward to the day to when you're retired and you can jump into the Kindness Games and other life endeavors so that you can make the world a better place the way you see fit. And we're so looking forward to that. But keep leading with kindness in the role that you're in. We love you, Chris. You're the man.
He seems like an amazing guy. We got it together here and here.
Chris is awesome. It's too bad that I had to wait until a pandemic to actually meet him. or know about him. But it's been really good knowing Chris. And one of these days, this is going to be over, maybe, possibly 5 years, and we're going to be able to get out and see people the way we want to. And can you imagine, Carin, during the kindness games, during things like Wild Leaders? I know Eva's been involved in Wild with me. I'm not sure that you have, but people have made a pivot to become so impactful within their community, within their spheres of influence, virtually.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to be able to carry that courage forward when we're back in the physical world together?
I like to hope so. And I think that a lot of what happens with the kindness games is that it's causing us to realize that we can say things virtually, but it also gives us permission and power to say it in real life. I've been finding that I've been more apt to tell people something and try to make more eye contact. It's so easy with the mask. People are like, oh, no, protect myself. Mask means no contact. And that's not what that means at all. We can still have those grocery line conversations.
Sure.
It's super easy. Hey, what are you going to do with that lamb in your cart or whatever? I don't know. That looks like a fun night at your house. You can make conversation with people or compliment them. And I think the good can out what's the word I'm looking for? Can overpower the unkindness. And it's going to take some effort though, but I think this is a really great push in that direction.
That's awesome. Thank you for being a part of the kindness games. You're almost finished.
I know, so exciting.
But let's dwell on this question. How can I take my virtual courage and implement it in the physical world when we're back to it? Because there are going to be intangible pressures that we don't feel while we're at home. Let's overcome them. The kindness
Absolutely.
games. Out.